What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the idea of a burden of proof, which basically what a burden of proof is whenever you've got people arguing over something, especially the existence of something, the question lies, who has the burden of proof? Who has the burden on them to prove what they're arguing? So the thing is, Christians and atheists differ greatly on who has the burden of proof. Christians come in and state that they believe in God, but then say that we have the burden of proof to disprove them, which I guess would actually be the burden of disproof. But basically to prove our side that they're wrong. And the atheists say that because Christians are making this claim, they have the burden of proof. The burden of proof lies on them to say what they're stating to be true is true, to prove it. Let me give you an example. Let's say that someone in all seriousness came to you and claimed that Santa Claus truly did exist. And after your first thought after thinking this guy's crazy is, okay, we'll prove it. Well, using Christian's logic, let's say that he came back to you and said, well, nuh-uh, disprove it. And then you're like, well, I can't. And he's like, ha! Gotcha. See? And a lot of them even like to claim that if you can't disprove it, it means it exists. Well, that means that unicorns exist because we can't disprove them. That means that Santa Claus exists. All the mythological creatures, that means that they exist with that logic. Let me look at it. Let me give you another example. Let's say that you're in court and there's someone who is trying to make the claim that you committed murder. And, you know, the whole point of this is for him to prove that you did, innocent until proven guilty. And let's say the judge, you know, he's asking for proof, and then all of a sudden you look at the judge and you say, well, listen, can you disprove that this guy murdered someone? Can you prove me that he didn't? And, well, first off, that would never happen, but if it did, you know, the judge would all of a sudden say, well, of course not, or he would just say this is ridiculous and tell you to shut up. But with that logic, that would mean that person would go to jail simply because you can't disprove it. So, you know, we do say that the burden of proof lies on the person making the claim, and let's look at evolutionists. We state that the creatures that we see today came about through evolution, through natural selection. And the thing is, what if we came to you and said, well, disprove evolution? I don't think I've heard one atheist ever say that. No, whenever they say, prove to me evolution, they don't turn it around and say, well, disprove it. No, they start showing you facts that prove evolution exists. But yet it seems like every single time that an atheist goes to a Christian and says, prove to me God, they always seem to turn it around and say, well, disprove God. Well, I'm sorry, you're stating you're making a claim that God exists. The burden of proof falls on you to prove that claim. That's it, guys, and please subscribe, and I will see you guys next video.